Welcome back to the channel, folks, or welcome for the first time if you're new. We're a pretty friendly group around here. Some of the folks are uber knowledgeable about country music, and we do predominantly non-pop country. So welcome aboard if you're new. Montauk Ed made a gift to the channel. Ed, thank you again. I don't know what I'm in for. Fields of Gold by Eva Cassidy, and I've done two of Eva's songs, and both of them got 10s. And the thing with Eva is she died at age 33 of melanoma. I looked a little bit into it. I think she died in 96. She was born in 62. She was just about my age. She would have been a year younger than me. Yeah, how somebody is this talented, but I don't know. It just sucks when we lose people. But I'm going to read this that Ed sent me. He said, "Good morning, Don. Let's do the song above." Eva's, right? The reason I asked you about Sting's version of this song is because I wanted to know what you felt about it. Sting wrote the song. When he heard Eva sing it for the first time, he said, "It is not my song anymore, it's hers now. She made it her own," somewhat paraphrased. That's quite a statement to make about a song that he wrote. I went back and checked out the Petersons version, which I reacted to the Petersons version of, and they're a bluegrass band. And you said Eva does it in a totally different way, which I knew she would. I agree with Sting. She makes a song hers. Hoping you like it. Be well, my friend. All right, so that's from Ed. Now we're going to listen to Eva. I think a few of you folks mentioned Fields of Gold in the comments, but a number of you recommended Somewhere Over the Rainbow, I think.
You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold.
I'm in that field.
I never made promises lightly. And there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold.
I can see why Sting said what he said. Sometimes you just know.
I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. fields of gold. Many years have passed since those summer days among the fields of barley. See the children run as the sun goes down, as you lie in fields of gold. You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold.
I had heard Sting's rendition, as Ed knew that, and I wasn't enamored of it. I mean, I liked the Police, the band, and Sting left to go solo, and I never really appreciated his work. I wasn't crazy about it, because back when he went solo, I was more into heavy metal or punk rock or Southern rock. I was always into Southern rock and British rock and such, and just his stuff never sort of touched. But then you get older, and you hear things differently as you get older. The lyrics, maybe if they're more sentimental, mean more than maybe when you're a younger man and less sentimental about things, and you don't have life experience, you can't connect things. But this, her picking, the strumming, I don't even know what you would call it. It was like a combination between picking and strumming, but her guitar playing in this lent itself ideally to being in those fields of barley or the west wind blowing. And anybody who's seen a field like that, you can just see, when a breeze comes over, how it makes it look like waves of barley just going across. And the mention of kids in this, I wonder if they were their own, because this is a love story in the beginning. This is how I hear it anyway. In the beginning, and my love and lying in fields of barley and fields of gold. And then later in the song, 3/4 of the way through it, we get introduced to the idea. It's just a mention that now many years have passed, and the kids, and it didn't say it's their kids, but they got to be somebody's kids are in those fields. And the sun is jealous in the sky. That's a fascinating line, because the sun, and that's good songwriting too. That's very poetic, creative. There's no precise meaning for that, because that's just the nature of a line like that the sun created, that contributed to. What are they in philosophy? It's necessary but not sufficient. Like it's a necessary condition for the barley to grow. It's not sufficient though. You need soil, you need water, and the right temperature and all this stuff. But the sunlight is necessary, which is not enough to make it happen, but that the sun would be jealous of something that it's contributing to, and that we're, anthropomorphizing or personalizing the sun, or personifying the sun. I love those figures of speech, because they just add such a dimension. And I know a lot of people who love Sting's songwriting, a lot. And some people, it surprised me, Long Life's Path, that they loved it. Maybe I'll get more into it. Maybe, we'll see. I mean, there's only so much time and bandwidth I've got. But even, it's like Johnny Cash doing Nine Inch Nails song Hurt. You're like, well, they heard Johnny do it. They didn't even know much about Johnny. And they heard him do their song, and they basically said, it's not ours anymore, it's his. And you just know when somebody knocks something out of the park, it just, and that Sting said this about Eva, it seems like that's what she did to everything She sang everything she touched. It seemed to have turned to a field of gold. So, all right, Ed, I'm going to, of course it was you, Ed. I'm going to rate this one. It's so mesmerizing. I got to go with the first number that popped into my head, and this is not an Ice Cube number. The number that popped into my head was a 9.6. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know why it wasn't a 10. Maybe it wasn't her song. I'm not quite sure. But I mean, 9.6 is a ludicrously high rating on my scale anyway. So, Ed, thank you for that experience. I was just in a field of barley, and I was thinking about a particular woman, too, on occasion while listening to the song, one who I'm particularly fond of. So, we'll see where that goes. I'll say no more. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking to country.